That's why I say my issues. They ain't got shit to do with her. They ain't got shit to do with shit. Fuck is going on?
It happened right after they blocked us from basically going live.
Oh, bro, let me do something real quick, shorty. This shit right here's so fucking stupid, bro. Like,
That honestly doesn't.
like,
That honestly doesn't make sense.
Where you go at?
It's just right there.
Come on. Talk to her about that shit later. That shit,
I don't think any of the rest of them would actually block it without permission or something.
Yeah, they took the live. Yeah, they took the live. But what's even pettier is, why the fuck is my baby mama sitting right there talking to this nigga Leak? This girl don't even talk to me. Nah, no cap. She over there. She hit me up time from time. I can't lie. She did hit me up and tell me that she was gonna throw me the money for the whatchamacallit, but end up never. If you never threw, I actually didn't really want the money. Didn't get the money. But my question is, real facts. If you trying to take 2 steps forward, and she always talking about how she escaped and all this extra shit, or she not stuck, she prayed to God. Why come over here and try to badmouth and talk shit about what you're not actually seeing or what you think is going on or something like that when you can clearly see what it is? Claiming you on one side and then doing something on the other, it hurt my feelings because it's just truth be told, like, come bring me my kid. Come sit right here on live with me and show me my kid. Do it on the back end every single day for a week while I'm sitting right here on live or anything like that, and then come talk to me about how we on good terms or some shit. Us not chilling, talking to each other and shit, that ain't no fucking good time. And then I gotta turn around and then I gotta hear every single thing that you talking about. I ain't seen that girl. I haven't seen Gravity in about, what, last year? How long you been here, sweetheart? A year? I haven't seen Gravity since last year, Father's Day, the day after Father's Day. That's when she was here last. Harriet didn't give her syphilis. Harriet gave me syphilis. That's the fucking issue. That's the fucking issue. That's the shit she running. Like, talk about, if she want to talk for real, this ain't coming from a man that's throwing everything out. Let me explain something to you. I got out of jail 2021. From 2019 to 2021. I ended up getting back with Harriet because that was my original baby mother, if you want the real story. It's my original baby mother. And when I got with Harriet had ended up cheating. When I was talking to Leak about that shit, that's why I was telling him Harriet ended up cheating, and whoever she ended up cheating with, or whoever she was already cheating with, had gave her syphilis already. I did not know. When I found out, I went and got that shit checked up and taken care of. But me and Harriet did not have sex or nothing after that. Like, literally, I put her out my house. She's sitting right here. She'll tell y'all. I put her out after I found out that shit happened. And after that, y'all, I didn't know I had syphilis and nothing like that. What I found out was the reason why I put her out was because she was cheating. That's just the real facts of it. She was cheating, and she was living with me, and I just wasn't having that. So, yes, I put her out. And then so after that, I ended up sleeping with Zaria. When I slept with Zaria, again, y'all have to realize I was just in jail 2 years, so my swimmers were swimming. She got pregnant. And little did we know that she was pregnant. And when she went to the hospital, or she was at the mental health hospital. Let's talk about that. She went to the mental health hospital and found out she was pregnant because she tried to kill herself. But that's real. But it was because of the pregnancy, you know. It was like because her pills wasn't working. She got depression and stuff, y'all. So when I come calling her, telling her what happened with me, she told me that she was pregnant at the same time. That's the bullshit that she don't speak on. And it sucks that she don't speak on it properly because it's just like, she knows this shit. I mean, it's not no fucking lie. It's real fucking facts. And the fact that she want to sit right there and... Well, it is what it is, y'all. I mean, truth be told, this is why I'm sitting on this stand. Because, like I said, it's cute and all until y'all gotta understand that she right there doing all this shit. But let me ask y'all, for every single time, how many times have y'all seen it? Y'all might have seen it in the chat, but how many times y'all actually heard the call or some shit like that? Y'all sit here every day. She got my child with her. She know I'm sitting right here on the stand. She's the first person to tell me to get up off this shit. I'm like, I would have a reason to get up off of it if you just decided, show me one of my kids, at least. Maybe if you decided to give me one of my kids in the capacity of being grown enough to say, this man is sitting right here showing himself to be a changed person. And every single time you say, I'm not changed. She said right there, she'd be like, oh, that nigga not godly. Don't let that shit fool you. I'm like, how old was I when I did that shit? That's my whole point. I grew up in this shit. I'm still gonna grow up in this shit. I don't care how old somebody. How old is you right now? I don't give a fuck. If you're younger than me, that's your choice. But if you're older than me, how old are you right now? How many changes have you been able to make in that time? That's why I'm like, am I not changing or trying to change or trying to do better in this motherfucker? I mean, is that not what's trying to be? I'm trying to show every single day. Yes. I have my blunders. So the fuck what? I have a mouth on me, but that's the only thing that can exist right now. Apparently, I don't got freedom of speech anymore. That's what sucks. I can't even say what I want to say anymore without somebody saying, you about to hit her. I can't say, I can't even, let me explain something to you. I'd rather pass off the aggressive hit from like, fuck you, and do it like that than...
And I hate to be a devil's advocate, but the way we're living in this world now, at this point, if you don't say something to where it suits or it almost cocoons how somebody feels or what their beliefs are or their opinions, in a way, they don't care about freedom of speech.
But let me explain something to you.
And I hate to say it like that, but it's the way that this world is trying to change it to.
But let me explain something to you. I don't give a fuck what the world is trying to change it to, because one day my kids gonna grow up in this world, and I want them to have freedom of speech.
You do.
I want them to be able to say whatever the fuck they want to say.
However they want.
However the fuck they want to say it. And yeah, it might backfire on me in the end when they be like, fuck you, daddy. Or whatever the fuck the case may be. You're not my dad. Or whatever the fuck the case may be. That's going to backfire. Because I just said I advocate for them saying whatever the fuck they want to say. And if that's just one of the things that they say, oh, shit, I'm going to be hurt. Because I'm going to be like, damn. I advocated for this world. I wish I would have just advocated for the other one, right? But in the long run, I don't. Because truth be told, I get to say what the fuck I want to say. Without fuck the consequences. I mean, truth be told, I just had to appeal it out. And truth be told, it's not fuck the consequences. I hate that one just happened. Because that's the one I didn't want to get blocked. It sucks that they be saying this. Y'all, this is why I'm making my own Unity app, to be honest with y'all. I'm just tired of all this shit. But
you can post how you want to post.
Yeah. Because everybody want to say I'm that man. Everybody want to say I'm this, I'm that. I'm like, I'm angry. Yes. I'll be the first to admit that I'm fucking angry. I'm angry every day that I wake up without my kids. I'm angry every day that I have to sit right here and show people again and again that I'm actually a good man over and over. Hey, Juju, how you doing?
Hey, Juju.
But I'm tired of that. Who wants to wake up every single day? And like I tell her, every single day I got to wake up and show them I'm a good man. I'm going to make her wake up and show them that she's a greater woman. No cap. Because, and y'all don't understand what I mean by that. I mean, every single day, I gotta be a good man. She gonna be a better woman, a greater woman. Because, bitch, let me tell you something. I'm not doing this shit no more, y'all. Big brother.
Can I say this and you understand this?
What?
You are my right hand. Hear me out.
You don't let your left hand know what your right hand is.
Listen. You are my right hand.
I don't want to be.
Everybody in the world is my left. They're not actually attached to me.
You don't let your left hand know what your right hand doing.
You don't let your left hand... No, your right hand... No. Yeah. Because Why? Are they actually trying to solve as far as knowing? Are they
Because,
trying to
baby,
bring
explain it. Because
certain
I'll tell
people,
you why.
yes, but
Because truth
other
be told,
people, it's
no,
like if you're letting someone that's
listen
gonna,
to me. Can I tell you something?
yes, you can.
I'm telling you this right now. Look at me.
Yes.
In my eyes. All that looking away and shit. I'm dead serious. No. I'm not that person. Never will be that person. Fuck what the fuck is working. Like I said, I'm tired of waking up being seen as a monster. Because truth be told, I'm telling you what it is, shorty. So just listen for 2 seconds. Don't tell me what you see, baby.
Okay.
Because truth be told, when you say you don't see that, sometimes you need to be the first person to see it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Baby,
No. Listen to me. Listen to me.
Well, I'll let you finish first.
I'm not trying to be a monster to you.
I know you're not.
But I am the only monster I can be is to you right now. Let me explain to you why. Because truth be told, it's not about me being a good or bad person or anything like that. It's just sometimes when you have to pull shit out of people's closet, pull it out of their closet, that stuff that people don't want revealed or stuff like that. And truth be told, mama, it's not that you don't want to sit here and talk. That's what I be trying to explain to you. You sit right here, you get into this tapping of the phone, you quiet. But I'm showing you how people can actually analyze and gauge that. We're sitting right here on this thing to whatchamacallit. I'm like, well, there's a reason why I'm always getting onto this woman. Because truth be told, when y'all say y'all want to hear what Harriet says, I've known Harriet for 10 years, y'all. And when she starts to speak, y'all think y'all know what she's going to say, or y'all think that what she's saying is really coherent. And I'm like, if y'all listen to every conversation that we probably had or this, that, and that, unless Harriet having a conversation by herself.
Sir, even when I have conversations with you, I can be coherent, but what you have to understand is what everybody has to understand. Me and you can explain the same thing in 2 different ways.
We can, but let me explain something to you, mama.
And it shouldn't be a problem that we explain it 2 different ways.
It shouldn't be a problem, but the only time that it becomes a problem is when...
Yes.
The only time that it becomes a problem is when the 2 different ways actually are opposite.
But they're never opposite.
But they really are.
They're not all the time.
Okay.
With certain stuff, yes, they are opposite, and I'm not gonna lie and say they aren't. Certain times, yes, they are opposite, because why? I have my own feelings, just like you do.
Okay.
And that's called life, baby. Everybody has their own feelings.
I have no problem with that, mama.
I know you don't have no problem with that.
But my issue is not with your feelings.
Okay.
It's with how you sometimes express your feelings. Because just like you say, everybody has their own feelings.
Yes.
The way that you express your feelings, you express it in such a way that, truth be told, you don't care. And let me explain something to you. It's not that you don't care about everybody else's feelings. You want to express your feelings. So you don't care how they come off. You don't even see how they come off because you just express them. You express them unadulterated, properly. But that's the issue in your proper unadulterated feeling expression.
Explain.
Explain.
What do you mean by that? I'm getting lost because I kind of got where you were going, but you kind of lost me. I'm just trying to actually understand the ending part. I was dead to the ending.
You see how you just explained that without actually hurting my feelings and actually getting yours through?
I know, but baby...
No, listen to what I'm saying. Did you see how you just did that?
Yes, I did.
That's the same way you need to start all up.
Okay.
Now listen, I'm teaching you a lesson. Learn the lesson while you actually getting taught it.
Okay.
Stop taking the actual words that I'm saying now and understand the metaphors. What did I just say? You see the way that you just did something, right?
Yes, I did.
And the way that you was able to, in the way I'm able to actually communicate with you right now.
Yes.
So, learn that it's all about the soft voices. It's all about the way that you say things. And all of that takes into a whole push.
All right.
To a puzzle piece. You keep cutting off half of my puzzle.
I'm not trying to cut off half of your puzzle. I apologize. I'll let you finish.
Look at me. Stop tapping that screen. Somebody else can do it. I'm dead serious, bruh. Let me explain something to you. When you got too much shit going on, your mind can't focus on 30,000 things at once. You're busy purposely trying to tap this screen so hard. Girl, this like is going up this, that, 1,000 times. Let me explain something to you, mama.
Yes.
Let them do it. You're listening to... You got no choice. But you're busy trying to be everywhere else in the world. That's why I keep trying to tell you, shorty, if you want to be everywhere else in the world... Zaria. I'm
wanna-
gonna only say that name one more time, Zaria.
Okay, I understand.
So at that point in time, understand.
Yes.
What was I saying about saying her name, Mama?
You were saying it makes no sense in better terms for someone who claims they want to not be around but still come around. In better terms, it doesn't make sense for a person who got away to be coming around.
That's the point.
You don't want me like that, and I'm
No.
not
Let
like
me explain
that.
something to you, Mama.
Yes.
You're at the point where you trying to be everywhere else but while sitting around me, waiting for those good moments. And let me explain something to you, sweetheart. I'm pouring my brain out to you. I'm asking you to take it. And it's not just about me asking you to take it. Sometimes it gets frustrating because as the more I'm trying to give it to you, this is you. Look at you. Hold on. I'm trying to tell you what I see.
Yes.
That's the point. I'm only can tell you what I can see.
Okay.
As I'm looking at you, Mama, you're looking down, you're looking all around, you're trying to find other places to be in your own brain, in yourself. But that's the problem. As you're doing that, I'm like, girl, I'm right here. You keep telling people that you want to be with me. You want to do this, you want to do that. You want real? I'm tired of hearing that you want to be with somebody that, truth be told, every single time that I give you all of me, it's not what you really want.
It is what I want, but what I cannot accept is someone telling me this is bad and then letting it slide with somebody else.
It's not my...
Baby,
bro, let me explain something to you. When the girl get back... No, hold up, bro.
About that.
It don't matter. Let me explain something to you.
Yes.
This is what I keep trying to explain to you, shorty. This is what pisses me off. If you want that girl to have your place, get up and leave. Because no, shut up and listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying.
Okay.
Listen to what I'm saying. You said, I can't believe that you would let it slide with somebody else. Let me explain something to you. I'm not worried about her because she's not the person that I'm trying to be with right now. She's not the person that I'm with right now. You are. She's not. You're the person that's not running around doing all this extra shit. You're sitting right here. Why do I need to address? When I wanted to. But stop. Let me explain something to you. You stop addressing that. That's petty. You know why? Look at you. You're sitting in the seat. She's sitting on somebody else's motherfucking lap. It don't matter who it is. Get it through your head, mama, that you're already here. It's not that means that you can leave, sweetheart. You're here. Stop worrying about the other person on the outside because truth be told, when time comes, it's not that you're gonna do all this frustrating shit for what? Because let me ask you something. Let me ask you a real question. Is she your baby mother?
No.
Okay, cool. Is Gravity your daughter?
No.
Okay, cool. When push comes to shove, anything happens, can you speak up for her?
Not really.
That's the whole point, mama. Stop sitting right here trying to get somebody else's ducks in a row.
I'm not trying to get somebody else's ducks in a row, but what I don't like seeing at time is knowing that you have this unity community, that you want to do this postpartum thing. Yes, you can do it, and I'm not saying you can't, but if you're going to say it to one person, you should say it to everybody.
I do, but let me explain something to you.
It shouldn't be I see it happen with one person and I forget it for that, and just
No,
because of this.
No,
that,
Harry, let me explain.
I see it happen with one person and I forget it for that, and just
No,
because of this.
No,
that,
Harry, let me explain something to you. Listen. This is my business, correct?
Yes, this is.
Me and guys. I can't just take it for myself, guys. Y'all know I never do that.
I know it is.
But listen, real facts. One person at a time. Stop trying to tell me how I should handle her. Let me explain something to you. I handle every person accordingly to how I feel like they need to be handled and should be handled and actually are being handled. Let me explain something to you, sweetheart. Okay. You just like them when they tell me how I need to do this or you need to do this, that, and the third. Stop telling me how I need to handle that girl, because every single time you telling me this, that, and the third, listen to what you telling me to do. This, that, and the third. You say, shut up and listen. Okay. I'm trying to show you I know her. You don't. I was fucking her. You wasn't even her friend for 10 seconds. The woman changed. She grew up. She went through trauma. She went through a lot, just like you. I know the women that I've actually been with. I have no problem with telling you about them. She's one of them. So when you want me to address this woman like this, that, and the third, let me explain something to you, shorty. You telling me to tell her to put the blunt on? Let me explain something to you. You see how she texted my phone on that other shit just because she was like, you doing this, that, and third? No, baby. It's not how you address the situation. When she's already looking for half a reason to leave, I got to give her a million reasons to stay. And then some. Because it's not about staying with me. See, that's the point, y'all. Everybody don't understand this. Again, this is why I don't want this woman next to me sometimes, y'all. And y'all think that I don't want this woman next to me for the hard reasons. Hold up, my boy. Y'all think I don't want this woman next to me for the hard reason. The real reason I don't want this woman next to me sometimes is because, truth be told, I have more than one woman in my life now. I've always had more than one woman in my life. Once we decided to split,
yes,
and I had another child with somebody else, was the moment I invited another woman into my life. I could get rid of every other ex-girlfriend. You don't see Ruth around. You don't hear me talking about Ruth. You don't hear me talking about any of these other girls. But the women that I have in my life that's going to be there, that's going to affect me, are the women that has carried my children. That's what you're not understanding. So when your face want to look like down and out because you don't understand, mama, I can't just sit right here and give you all that love and do, like you want it to be, because I can't. Until the moment I gotta remember that she still deserves it.
No,
she still deserves it. She still deserves it.
I don't expect you to give me all that love. It's just
No.
I'm going to honestly say this.
Let me explain something to you. No, hold on. Can I finish? No, because when I say the love that I'm talking about, I see where you're taking it, but
no, not like that.
I want to give you an actual real definition so you can't take it nowhere else.
Okay.
I can't give you the love that I gave her because, truth be told, that's the only love. That's the person I love for her. Me and her had a special type of love that I can no longer give to nobody else. But let me explain something to you.
If wrong is wrong, wrong is wrong, baby. I
give
get
to nobody
that,
else. But
I try
let
to
me explain something to you.
If wrong is wrong, wrong is wrong.
Wrong is wrong, and let me explain to you what was really wrong.
Okay.
She had to understand before you had to understand. Because when you decided to leave, she was the woman that had to watch me motherfucking pine over you. And now she's the woman that has to watch me shit next to you. While I was telling her, oh, no, it's not like that, because it wasn't like that. And it really isn't like that. Now, I'm trying to let her know from the background, baby, it's really not like that.
It's not.
But can you understand that sometimes, Mom?
I do understand it. That's why with certain stuff, as far as certain conversations, honestly,
it's not like that for me telling her to come home either, baby. She's already home.
It's just
she home in her way.
But what I'm saying is, with certain conversations or certain stuff, I don't talk about it, and I would love to talk to you about it. I'm not saying that I can't. It's just I don't want to cause more damage.
You remember on the circle?
Then you have to.
You remember on the circle?
Yes.
When Shorty was like, I don't want you them tears and this, that, and third, to whatchamacallit. I guess because she was a girl, she could say that to the other girl. I need another girl to be able to tell you. Sometimes, baby, talk to me without the tear. Talk to me with the same. It's not that I want you to be.
I can talk to you with the same thing, but
talk to me with the same coldness that you had when you made the other decisions, and then put some. And then hold up, listen to me out. I'm tweaking it a little bit, and then show me past that coldness is where you can see how cold it really was. See, that's all I'm telling you to actually take the time to do. Be like, I was more cold than a little bit. And let me explain something to you, Mama.
yeah.
I don't care if you got to do it every second, every day, until you believe it yourself. Maybe you wasn't cold in your head, and maybe it wasn't that cold. Let me explain something. But let me explain something to you.
I have the same person. Can I please say this?
Mm-hmm.
I have the same person telling me that, but then telling me at the same time, don't let it get you down. So which one do I do?
Both. Let me explain something to you. That's how you don't let it get you down. I don't wake up every single day crying about me not having my kids, but I do. But instead of let it get me down, baby, instead of me sitting right here yelling at you, cursing you out, because I do that. But instead of me doing that every single time and actually being like, fuck you, bitch, and this, that, and the third, I'm taking the time to also learn through those moments and those minds. That's why I keep trying to explain to you, Mama. You can't just sit right here and say that you're learning But then the learning that you're quote unquote doing is literally turning around every single day and basically saying the same thing, because you left it in more than just yesterday. You left it way so in the past that, truth be told, yesterday don't even exist for you. Because you wasn't trying to think about it yesterday, because the moment that you did it and after that you moved on.
For me, I haven't moved on, baby. I push it down.
Pushing
something down doesn't mean you moved on.
How many times have I just said, let me explain something to you, Mama.
Moving on.
Suppressing something.
That doesn't mean you moved on.
No, suppressing something doesn't make it go away, doesn't make it move on. Let me explain something to you. What do they say in the kettle? You pressures make what?
Until it blows.
Exactly. And so when you want to sit right here and decide to push it down, you watched Inside Out.
I have.
Both of them, right?
Yes.
Why do people not... they put real facts in this shit. I don't give a fuck if it's a kiddie show. Watch the shit again. The hell is wrong with you?
I watched it.
Watch it again.
She was allowing every tiny bad thought get to her and make her feel like she wasn't worth anything.
It wasn't that every tiny bad thought got to her. Every tiny bad thought wasn't...
I can't do this good enough.
No, listen.
Her not being able to run fast enough, score the score. All of that balled up to one thing. I'm not good enough.
But that's the point, though. It wasn't about it balling up to I'm not good enough or this, that, and third.
But it did, baby.
But it didn't, though. That's the point. That's why I said watch it again.
Baby, I did.
It might have pulled up to that, but let me explain something to you. There was a step past that.
There was.
You can't stop at the step where she was just stuck.
I'm not stopping at the
No, but that's where you stopped at. I didn't stop because I decided to say, there was a step past that, Harriet.
I know there's a step past
So then let me explain something to you.
Yes.
So before you even got to say your thing, let me explain to you, like you said, everybody has two different ways, or this, that, and third. So the way I looked at it versus the way you looked at it, the way you looked at it was, it all boiled down to this. And the way I looked at it was, well, after it boiled down to that, it came up to this. Because truth be told, when she said, I'm not good enough, you know what they said, practice make perfect. So she started motherfucking practicing again. Not just practicing, she started doing her shit again. Because she didn't let that one crippling thought. I tell you, I have panic. I have anxiety attacks, panic attacks. Stop me crippling. You could let it control your life, or you could let it decide to propel your life.
But what if I'm not allowing it to control my life? What if I am actually putting towards the step to let it prepare my life?
Propel. Listen.
Propel. I'm sorry. But I have everybody telling me because of what they see.
Because let me explain something to you.
It's not that.
Let me explain something to you. I'm tired of hearing that bullshit. I'm so tired of hearing
that. It's not bullshit. It's the honest truth.
I have everybody telling me this. I have everybody telling me that. I have everybody telling me this. I have everybody telling me that. Let me explain something to you, Miss Everybody. Yes. It's us two in this bitch.
Yes.
We shit right here every single fucking day.
We do.
I don't tell you that shit.
I know you don't.
So they don't even get a chance to halfway talk to you sometimes. So when you say everybody, your mama them, they barely say anything. When they do, they say shit about me. We can go read all the messages. So when you say everybody, the person that you really need to start looking at, let me explain something to you. They can tell me I'm ugly, they say my teeth, this, that, and the third. I don't give a fuck because, truth be told, I don't feel like that about myself or feel like that within myself. But okay. I'll tell you something else. Damn, bro. I'll tell you something else. This is what the real point is, y'all. Y'all don't understand.
I do have a question, but I will wait until you tell.
My car.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody brought that up. And when she brought it up, it's not what she said. It was more like, well, no, it was what she said. Because I was sitting here telling her, I was like, shit, I can get out or whatever. She was like, how you gonna leave the house if you ain't got no car? I said, bitch, Uber, Lyft, the fuck, and if Uber and Lyft didn't fucking work, I got strong ass legs, motherfucker, I get to walking. The hell is wrong with you? And it pissed me off because, truth be told, bitch, I want me a car. I do want me a car, and I feel like it's hell sitting right here not being able to have any of the shit that I want. Any of it. I don't just have none of it. I don't have not a single... but I do though. Let me explain something to you. I got air in my lungs. I wasn't always with somebody. I was alone. Truth be told, I was alone more days than not. I was in solitary confinement, basically. I made me get out the house. My pops would leave every day, wouldn't come back to the bus shit. Sometimes he didn't even come. He'd leave the Sunday and wouldn't come back to Sunday, but he'd come back Sunday, wash his clothes, and then leave again. See, they don't realize I was really taking care of this house for real, making sure it was straight. He just got to the point where he wasn't doing that no more. You know what I'm saying? And you still technically kind of do that without doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because he just got to the point where he can sit down and settle down. And that's what made me realize my dad is 65.
Yes.
And he's still working his ass off to the bone. Everybody like, well, you need to help him. But let me ask you a question. I could go work my ass off to the bone too, but he still ain't gonna stop.
He's not.
You know what would make him stop? If I was able to do something, like, make something of this to be able to say, Pop, you ain't gotta work no more. You ain't gotta worry about paying the bills of the house. Because me going to motherfucking a job, that ain't gonna make me be able to pay this house off. I learned that watching all these other people who was important and this, that, and third. I listened to them. I'm like, okay, so what's your story? What's your story? What is your real story about what you do with your life? People think I want to get famous off this shit. This ain't about no fame. Nah, this really ain't about no fame. If this was about fame, sweetheart, let me explain something to you. I would have done what everybody else can do. I would have sat right here and said, hey, I'm going to sit right here and tell everybody to motherfucking act Dax. And I'm going to rap. I'm going to sit right here on his shit and rap on his shit every single day. Till somebody acts that I could do that.
You want to do it your own way.
I didn't care about the fame. I don't want fame. Fame gets you stupid. Look how stupid people is when I'm not but no, it's how they make you though. It's not about
That's the whole
people being
point.
stupid. It's about how they make you. But no, sweetheart, that's what I'm trying to show you, love.
Baby,
Hold on.
Okay, I'll let you finish before I say it.
Go ahead. No, I keep cutting you off. I apologize. Go ahead.
What I mean is, I understand that. Why do you think I don't let certain stuff faze me, or why do you think I don't bring up certain conversations to certain people in the comments?
But let me explain something to you, Mama.
Hear me out. Please hear me out before you start. Yes, I understand. I do need to actually jump in front of it and actually let the people who do support, who could.
It's not about jumping in front of it or this, that, and third.
Okay.
Learn what you do. Learn how you do it. Like I said, when you decide to use your little tidbits of this, that, and third, wrong times, wrong reasons, wrong everything.
Baby,
and look at me.
Don't be
look at me, please.
Okay.
Wrong reasons, wrong times, wrong. Look at me. Look at all of me, the me and everything, baby.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie to you. What's one thing we always say?
You never lied to me.
So if I've never lied to you, Mama.
I can understand where you come from that, but the problem with aside, hear me out. This is what I feel. Please.
I'm not hearing out nobody that can't look me in my eyes first off.
Hey, hear me out, please. The reason why I can't always accept certain stuff that you say, even when you say it, is because it's like, let me find the perfect. I want to say this right. I don't want to.
I'm right here.
I know, but I'm trying to think about.
I want to see your first mindset. Because that's my truth. I don't give a fuck about the rest of them. Because truth be told, all that thinking about it.
Okay, I'll say it. You're telling me not to worry about what anybody else has to say. But then...
Because, baby girl, let me explain something to you.
You can go and say, well, you have to actually take and heed what people say.
I'm people. Let me explain something.
I understand.
No. Let me explain. Can I explain? Can I explain? I can't take me out of it. Why? Because it got to start with me. The reason why it got to start with me, I ain't going to flex to you. I'm the man. I'm the head. I ain't going to fuck around about it. Okay. Fuck if anybody got something to say. I'm the man. I'm the head. It got to start with me. It got to start and finish with me, baby. Because the fucking real facts of it, baby.
Yes.
I love you to death. But you don't always know what you're doing, especially when you're on my show. Like I said, before even you came here, I was doing my brother crafts. I was doing my music. Because this was always going to be that, but it was also for me to sit right here. Like I said, I was doing the lives like that, but I was also going behind everybody's back on Snapchat, making sure I made a video every single morning. How many videos you seen? Morning, daytime, nighttime, on Snapchat, where I'm talking to the kids, telling them, hey kids, all this motherfucking shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So when you got all of that, like I tell you straight up, I tell you, I tell Zaria, I tell any of y'all other people straight up, let's go video for video, fuck rap for rap. Y'all care about y'all kids? Show me how much you care about your kids. I show you every single day that I motherfucking made a video. Let's go video for video for the people that even got their kids right now. Show me that yesterday, bitch. My bad.
You're good.
Because I saw some stupid shit in the comments.
No, you're good. That's understandable and fair.
Show me your kids yesterday. Show me that you give a fuck so much about your kids that you actually care if they know about it when they can't remember about it. Because that's the motherfucking things that we actually can know. We're young enough to be able to say that, damn, we couldn't remember our past, but we got enough technology right now to be able to show our kids what the fuck it really was and what you do. Go motherfucking swiping and laughing on some shit, bitch. Get the fuck out of my... Nah, I'm being dead serious, though.
But now you see why...
Because when I say my motherfucking time for my kids, I'm being serious about this shit. Because truth be told, I want my kids to understand, y'all could have been living a dummy life. Y'all could have been living a dumb life where everybody motherfucking with it. Our kids got autism. They're not the only ones in this world. If people with mental health is already being looked at crazy, like I say, look at Tinker how big she is. Gravity hits herself in the head. See, but this the shit that whatchamacallit don't actually try to explain to people. And she might make it look on me like I was bad. But I know all things about my dog. When I use my hands and stuff, it's because I was learning ASL. I actually talked to a deaf woman. I did more than talk to. Anyway, she was teaching me ASL for a minute. Anyways,
in what type of way? The regular words of her body, so you can actually know how to form them.
Body language was all the things we kind of needed sometimes. Anyways.
I want to say something before you go on. That's why I tell you at times, like, I can't allow certain stuff you say or other people say faze me. And even, hear me out before you finish, please. What I mean by that is, I can't let it break me down. I have to let it build me up. And if I'm only, let me finish, please. And if I'm only in the situation of where I'm in the mindset of letting it break me down, but not have it build me up right after it breaks me down, I shouldn't be giving my energy into it because it's draining me and it's not actually building me up or replenishing. It's taking more than it actually is putting in.
You want to know the truth or you want to know a lie?
I want to know the truth.
I'm not going to break your heart. So I'm going to tell you a real thing. Sometimes talking to you feels like I'm giving all of my energy to a dead cell. And the same way you just explained, how you don't want to give all your energy to that, this, that, and third. The reason why I'm talking to you like this about you doing it is because, baby girl, I'm not saying I do it with you, but I do it with you. You know what you know. You feel what you feel. It is what it is.
Why do you think I move the way I move?
But that's the point, mama. If I keep telling you, you move how you move. It's not a we movement. You move for you, and listen to what I'm telling you, sweetheart. You move so well for you, you leave me out of it. You get quiet, and like I said, I don't care if I'm always telling you to shut up on those parts because truth be told, those ain't the parts that I need to be let in on. The shit that she's saying, I don't understand. She's always telling us, don't tell the right hand what the left hand doing. I listen to this girl, so the shit that she's saying and she's screaming so loud, that's the last shit I need to hear. I know what it is. I heard it before, or it's something that's for y'all ears and just to do this. But I want to know the real. I know you for how long? That's why I keep trying to explain it up. I've known you for how long?
It's for your ears, and you've known me for 10 years. And if you know me for 10 years,
then that's the point, Mama.
You would understand certain stuff that you don't pick up on it.
I understand more stuff that I don't pick up than I actually do pick up. And the reason why is because, Mama,
baby,
listen.
I will say this before you finish. Please let me say this. I know you so well. There's certain stuff I don't say. Certain people I don't bring up.
But that's my point, Mama.
Hear me out. Please hear me out.
I don't feel like it, though.
Why?
Because truth be told, you don't know me so well. That's the issue. You don't know me how you think you do. You can't know me how you think you do.
Okay.
The reason why you can't know me versus how I can probably maybe know you, I've sat down and listened and talked to you for one. I've sat here and begged you to actually let me into your brain. For two, and it's not that you can't. Let me hold up. Listen to me. When you have to beg somebody to let you into their brain, when they don't, you have to take measures to be able to see their brain at all points in time, no matter if they want to hide it or not. Let me explain something. So this, I might read past your conscious. I might read your subconscious before you can actually. How do you think I'm always able to know when you're about to talk? Your eyes flick. I tell you, I started reading body language. You taught me just like a female how to read you from inside out and outside in. Because when you stop using this right here, you started using this so well to the point of where every single time you go to do that and this,
But
I know.
if you can see those moments, okay, prime example. If I'm showing you that a conversation that might help you,
The thing is,
hear me out.
No,
Please hear me out.
no. See, and that's what I keep trying to explain to you.
Okay,
I don't
yes.
have to hear you out anymore. It's not about me
So
not
that
hearing you
means
out anymore.
don't know me then.
Listen. That's why I said I don't have to hear you out anymore because truth be told, when I tell you to pay attention in all ways,
Yes.
you're not even listening to me from the beginning of the story.
I am listening
No,
to you.
pay attention to me. I speak with my body too.
I know you do.
So if I speak with my body, you need to keep your eyes on me at all times. That's what I'm trying to explain to you, Mama. Not my mouth, no. The sound is gonna hit your ears. The sound, not my hands.
Baby,
Baby, look at my facial expressions. Look at everything that's going on
Sir,
around
I'm
you.
looking at your facial expressions.
Harriet, listen, and before I can finish a sentence, you're already talking. So let me explain something to you. While I was starting that sentence, you was already forming what you were going to say. Before I could even finish it, you were already saying it out your mouth. So, sweetheart, you don't even know where I was going.
Okay,
Because you knew where I was at.
I did.
Did you know? Because by the time I got my last sentence out, 2 or 3 of your words was already in.
Baby, you're saying that I can't knowledge you by certain things. Just like you said, hear me out.
Look up. That's what I'm trying to show you.
Sir.
Man, no.
So why can't he look me in my eyes?
Oh.
You know
Bitch,
who?
I'm looking you in your eyes. I always have. You're the one that's not looking at me. That's what I'm trying to show you.
Okay.
Pay attention to somebody. I'm explaining to you something, sweetheart. I don't have to look at you sometimes. I feel you. I know you. You look away. You do all this shit. I'm trying to get you ready for real environment shit. Stop looking down. Stop looking away. Start paying attention to every single thing that's around you. If I'm the only thing around you, that should be the easiest motherfucking concept in the world. This should be like motherfucking preschool.
It is preschool. I am actually paying attention to
Because
you.
let me
You
explain
just
something to
think
you.
I'm not.
Baby, let me explain something to you. It's not about this right here. I can tell that you're not. When them 3 girls come through that door, but they stay in that door. Any one thing that you do, anything that we do, is going to be analyzed and looked at. I'm trying to get you on P's and Q's right now before we even get there. That's why I'm telling you, look at me, so you can always be ready to look at them.
I will always be ready to look at
That's
them.
what you
I
say,
know
Mama,
you.
but because at the end of the day, people get goddamn comfortable. You get comfortable. You're comfortable right now. What I'm trying, it's not about looking at me infatuation-wise. It's looking at me and still understanding that, baby, past the infatuation, there's still more to learn. I'm still growing every single day. So let me explain something to you. As you sit right here with me, I pay attention to every single thing. That's why I know when you feeling this or that and that. Before you even say the words that's on your mind, I can see the fucking way you think. Because it's all over your face. I be like, I guess for their effort, I should start letting you speak more. But then, like, I told you why. And but listen to what I'm saying. Hold on. Wait.
Okay. Yes.
And this is why I be telling you to stop for 2 seconds. We already had this conversation before we even got back on live. This is what I'm telling you. Sometimes I be trying to be like, let me help you out without helping you out. Listen to what I'm saying. Watch what I'm saying. See what's going on in the whole thing so we can actually have a congruent. But like I said, I had to get you from tapping here first. That's why we started having this conversation, because you was doing like this. I'm like, Mama, we're right here. Let somebody else do it. If you want that to happen, tell people, hey, look, y'all come on, tap the screen, this, that, and third. Get into the action. I keep trying to teach you about this shit every single day. I can tell you straight up, if you don't want to do this, like you said, I'm not in the mood. That's not, hold on, listen to me. That's not a problem. But let me explain something to you. Again, when I wake up, go to sleep, this is my shit. While you're here with me, if you can't find something else to do while I'm doing this, you're the one that kind of put yourself into whatchamacallit, because like I said, you can't. And I told you, I'm going to be doing this. You knew this before you even came. Your grandmother told you this shit. Don't act like you didn't have no foreknowledge before you came here.
Baby, all I knew is you were posting videos.
It does not matter.
And it's not a problem that
Let me explain. I was doing more than that, but that's the point, Mama. Like I said, once you came here, you learned. You shaped it all. You should have chosen at that moment in time, this is my life or it's not. If this is your life, this is why I'm always on your ass about it, because at the end of the day, When I'm trying to actually be like, hey, look, I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do this. Every single time I end up actually doing this. This is what we end up doing. This is the problem because I'm trying to teach you all the fucking time. Like I said, Illy showed you in her show, but IMAX isn't right next to her. So she just has to say from the screen, come on now, IMAX, you're next to me. So when you're talking about why, I said, well then, mama, if you want to be that status of being the person that I don't really say shit to, baby, go over there. I promise you. Let me explain something to you. Think about it. I swear to God. Think about it. When you was with Trent and them, what was the only thing I was asking you?
Pictures.
For my kids. I said, can I come see them? You told me no. So if I can't come see them, just send me some videos, send me some pictures. Can I come see them? You told me no. Okay, if I can't come see them, send me some pictures, send me some videos. You ain't got nobody around my kids, right? What you tell me? No.
I told you no, even though that was a lie.
And that's
I was
the point.
wrong on that.
I'm not pushing on that, baby.
I know you're not.
No, that's what and that's the point. Remember when I say that when you go pushing into stuff, as if that's what I'm trying to hit on? I'm not trying to hit on that. I'm telling you, I push past that, mama. Because truth be told, regardless of what it was or what it is or what it could have been, it's not only cared about my kids. You apparently was good. That's what you kept telling me. Every time I would inquire as to, you straight? You good? You know, I'm right here.
Like you even said, sometimes you have to fake it until you make it.
But see, sweetheart, that's the whole point. That's what I kept trying to explain to you. You was faking not making me your right hand to the point of where, baby girl, you wasn't letting me know anything that you was doing. Even if I wasn't the right nor the left, I was just left out. You decided, no, seriously, think about that.
You were left out on certain stuff. Other stuff.
Certain stuff. Let me explain something to you, mama.
You really weren't left out the way you
Harriet,
think you were.
let me ask you a question.
Yes.
You sit right here with me every day.
Yes, I do.
How much stuff am I left out was all your life?
A lot.
Okay, a lot or everything?
Almost everything.
Ain't that the same thing that you were doing? You're looking at it from the other perspective. Because you can't see that, mama, you was right there doing the same exact thing. You was just living your life. That's cool. She just living her life. I'm not mad about it. That's why I'm only addressing what you actually asked. You said, why is it that this, that, and the third? Like I said, you was doing the exact same thing, but me and her was doing the same thing. Now she's doing the same thing, while me and you apparently is doing the same thing. I can't be mad at that. I can't be this, that, and the third. You got to understand, sweetheart. Left hand, right hand, but y'all know what each other's doing. Y'all just can't see it because you're both in the same world, girls. And I love you both for it, but I'm like, mama, I can't hate neither one of y'all. Shake that boot. Let me explain something to you. Why?
I don't want you hating, but all I'm saying is, for me, it felt like, okay, well, I know you don't like lying. I know you would never tell someone to lie for anything because you don't like it.
Well, let me explain something to you. I don't like lying.
You wouldn't even accept it from anybody from any shape or form because you really don't like it. That's what kind of baffled me because it's like, okay, well, I know certain shit is acceptable.
Let me explain something to you, baby.
But
it's not that I don't like lying.
I see people accept certain stuff from other people that they won't accept from other people. And for me, it's like, if the thing is the same thing, it shouldn't be acceptable either way it goes.
Clyde, when I be trying to stop your little things, tangents.
I'm sorry, but these are things that are on my mind that I was watching something.
I was watching something like way back when, but the other day for me.
Okay.
When the girls get into, like, not girls, but when people get into their own little things, you start trying to connect dots that shouldn't even connect. Let me explain something to you. Ask me a question. Ask me a question and then let me answer it. Stop connecting your own dots because when you connect the dots, baby, you don't even know what fucking dots you connecting. I swear you don't. Because I done already gave you the answers. But watch this.
Okay.
I'm willing to bet. I'm willing to bet.
Okay, come on. We're talking. Come on.
I'm willing to bet the world that she about to give me an apology right now. I already told her to straight the fuck up just like this. Remember with Saucy when we was on Instagram and then you told everybody like that? And then I'm about to refresh them and I told you in the kitchen when I said, ain't that the same thing that might just happen for the other person that never realized that's what was happening? Because when they stacking themselves up and building themselves up, I said, you remember what happened for you I said, that was 5 people. I said, imagine what type of woe might go through. Because I'm not trying to speak it out into existence.
No, it's okay. I can understand what type of woe that comes into, but that's
no.
me
So listen to me.
Trying to get a side of you to understand that.
No. I'm trying to get a side of you to understand that that's still a woman that I love.
I know that is.
So when you feel like that on 5 people, What you do? You said, this is why I said, well, let me explain something to you, mama. At least I was standing right there with you. What happened when this woman who got this, that, and the third, and actually really up there, and then all of a sudden got to take this fool? She got gravity.
But you would still stick up for her. I know that for a fact with no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
I stick up for her so much that I sit right here with her to let her know, girl, get yourself up out of that heat before the shows get told again. And that's why I keep trying to tell you, mama, stay out that heat. Because that shit right there is fire, burning.
Baby, I know
You
that.
too, baby. Let me explain something to you. That's why I keep trying to tell you. Because little do you know, certain shows will get dropped because of certain shows. Certain things will happen because of certain things. Huh? It's like asking God for a gift without being a gift, you know, because sometimes it can look like it's like an angel in disguise. But it's a demon when it really blows your mind. Let me explain something to you, baby. Truth be told, sometimes, I told you, people gotta hate you before they like you. They like you before they hate you.
But I don't want someone who can't love me when I can't do anything.
Love's overrated. First off, let me explain
something
something to you. What type of love do you want? Because I can give you the type of love that you might think you grew into. Or I can give you the real type of love that I'm giving you right now that's unconditional every single day, no matter how much frustrated they might say I am. How much they might say, oh, he might want to do this, that, and third. We talk about this shit, and let me explain something to you. Through that, I didn't give you the type of love that your mama them did. I'm not throwing them on the bus. They're our parents for a reason. Our parents showed us the love that could come from a person who loves you so much that it can turn into something else. It can turn into not hate or anger. It's what they call a righteous love.
Almost like animosity in a way.
Righteous love.
Righteous
in a way that righteous ain't always God.
It's God.
So that's that love that I'm doing this in spite of you, but to help you out in the long run. And that's not the type of love that you might need. That's what I'm trying to tell you, baby girl. I'm giving you that love that you didn't really want back in school when that one teacher kept working with you but not working with you because they made you do that test over and over and over. They did it. They forced it. They said, take it again. And they're not going to tell you the fucking answers either. But what they will do is tell you which ones you got right.
Miss Shepherd.
You got this one right, you got this one right. But these,
you got to fix those.
You got to do the whole test again.
What you mean? You misread that sentence, baby. Go back
and you don't get this paper.
Quick.
You get a whole new paper. You better motherfucker do it again.
You know what?
But you know why? Because, sweetheart, them making you do that same test 10 times on 10 different papers made you not only reassure yourself about the answer that you already knew, you learned the other ones that you might not have known. And you knew which ones would for sure never be. Because I had to do this test 10 times. I pressed A, B, and C, so it got to be D with this. And I know for a fact, anytime I ever take this test again, these words and these things are going to be significant because, wait, it wasn't that. These are the little things that you are able to receive. But when you can't receive it properly.
But what if you are receiving it properly? Hear me out before you shake your head. What if you're receiving it properly? Moving it the exact way you're supposed to move it. But for some reason.
Because you moved it. There's the reason. There is no some reason because you're receiving something. Stop moving it and just let it come into you. That's the point. If you're receiving, when you start moving and doing all this extra shit, what's that start doing?
It makes it look like you're not receiving.
I sound steady, first off. My spirit sound dependent. When I'm pouring the cup and you start shaking like this, what happened?
Okay.
I'm giving you an actual mental image of what I'm showing you, baby.
So what happens when you don't pour the cup, but it still doesn't actually?
Well, baby, you don't actually pour. If I don't pour the cup sitting right there.
No, what I'm saying is,
and this is an empty cup.
No, what happens if you pour the cup?
Mm-hmm.
You don't miss.
Okay.
But still, somehow the water still spills. What do you do then? That's what I'm asking you. Because you can't say stuff like that does not happen in life. It does. So in the situations of like that, what do you do when people feel like that's a choice that could have been actually? You could have stopped the water from spilling, but we did stop the water from spilling.
Can I give you an answer? Damn, what I tell you about your tangents?
Sorry.
Slow down. Let me give you an answer so you don't go all the way off into the deep end. So what? If the water spilled, let me explain something to you. What the fuck do? Don't spill it next time. You
what
spit
if
it.
you don't spill it?
Well,
what if you never
you
spilled it? It just spilled by
Let me explain
itself.
something.
Then what?
Let me
That's what
explain
I'm
something,
asking
baby.
you.
That's not possible. If that's possible, let me.
That
explain.
is
Okay,
possible.
so
you
listen.
can do good stuff
Listen.
and still have bad stuff happen to you. You
Then,
can do
hold
bad
up,
stuff and
hold,
still have good
hush
stuff happen
and
to you.
listen.
If that's possible,
Let me address
what?
let me address certain shit because you all over the place with this shit.
I don't mean to be all over, but
Because you
just
just want to keep going down. That's why I keep trying to explain to you.
I'm not
trying
to go down a rabbit
hush.
hole
Then
like
let me
that.
take you out the rabbit hole. Every time I give you an answer for a different rabbit hole, baby, you want me to. So here, since you want the motherfucking answer, bitch, if the water spills by itself and nobody fucking believes you, hold on to that and don't hold on to the fact that nobody else believes you. You knew in yourself. It's you between you and God. Let me explain something to you, mama. When I sat here every single day and they told me about Ray Ray and I was wrong for going out the house. Ray Ray got a son now. That nigga ain't raping her. He was raping her for a whole year. But because of that one night, that one day that I didn't listen to my dad, that I done grew up in, now I'm a bad child forever. I didn't let that shit motherfucking decide me for the rest of my life. Even though they swear me up and down that it has. You done been bad ever since. I have decided I'm not going to live by that stigmata. That's why I keep trying to explain to you, mama. So what? Let me explain. I tell you some real shit. To this day, I tell anybody in there, and you can call Red. I call Red up right now. Hey, Red, what the dog do under the trampoline? I told him it motherfucking teleported because I swear I seen that dog teleport. They said it's a hole in the fence. I said, no, bitch. That dog was standing right there, and that motherfucker was standing out. I turned around, looked back, that dog teleported. And I swear to God, I put that on my kids. To this day, I told my people that. They was like, Chalk, you making up shit, you all this extra shit. I was just a kid. I mean, what could have happened was, motherfucker, I turned around, the dog was fast enough to be able to move that fast. A child's imagination, right?
Yes.
But all in who you grow with and who you go around. I grew around people who was just like, look at them, making up stories, lying, this, that, and the third. You get what I'm saying? But I didn't let that shit, like I said, I hate lies because truth be told, they always said I was a liar. Everything that I said out my mouth was a lie. So I purposely made everything that I said out my mouth not a fucking lie. And I don't care who says something about it. I stand on what I stand on. That's why I don't really speak on shit that's why I tell you, I don't like speaking on certain shit. Because some certain shit I might just lie about just because. Bitch, I can't really tell that truth. It's not yet.
But I wouldn't make you a liar.
It shit would because truth be told, baby, it hurt. I feel in my heart that certain stuff, in my heart, you can't feel my heart. That's what a lot of people can't understand. I can't feel yours, you can't feel mine. I can see your feelings and emotions. I don't really show mine too much to you, honestly and truthfully, because I ain't got nothing to show. Everything that I showed, I said 100% when I stood right there in front of two different people and told you, tell the truth. Tell the truth. Because then you shut in my booth every single day after that. Till I had to tell the truth. And then still people got to come in and see stuff that they shouldn't be seeing because they don't know the whole story. And it's like, there's a reason why I said what I said. No, I can't be with this woman because truth be told, y'all, when I sat here and not necessarily, it's not about doing right, doing wrong. When I sat here and was like, baby, we need some help. Even though I know I didn't need no help I did, but I didn't. I'm like, bitch, but I get the help with you, for you, by you, with us.
No.
I won't let you do it alone.
So you thought I didn't really actually accept it. And I did. And hear me out before you just say it. I see in your face. I might have not accepted it fully because imagine someone telling you the way that you've been moving all along that has been, in your eyes, not hindering you. Listen, I'm just saying in your eyes. Listen to the actual words. Has not actually been hindering you, but they can see the problems. You might not see it because you are blind at the moment.
How do you think I be trying to tell you, mama? Sometimes you're blind as fuck because you can't see it. And that be the issue, mama. Because I be trying to tell you speak on the motherfucking words. And this is why I record it, but you can't go back and watch it. You don't go back and watch it. And I be like, mama. Because sometimes these the ones that get deleted. And I be like, mama, this the shit that suck. Go back and listen to your words, because when I'm telling you, mama, you blind, you the one that be telling me, oh, when you see it like this, but then everybody else is telling me it's like this. I say, wait. If everybody else is telling you, Harriet, we're looking at you. You're not even looking in the mirror. You can't see yourself. But we looking at you.
But I can feel myself.
I don't care if you can feel yourself. Let me explain something.
No, if someone told you because your face...
Let me explain something to you.
But
I learned... Hold on, no.
Okay.
I learned a long time ago.
Yes.
What you feel and what you think ain't the same. What you feel and what you think ain't the fucking same. Let me explain something to you, sweetheart. Like I said, like I was just explaining. I explained this earlier. Yes. You girls, have learned how to feel past your motherfucking parents, peers, all that shit. You feel yourself all the time with that, don't you?
Yes.
When you get quiet and when you do all this stuff, let me explain something to you. You say you feel yourself. Nobody else can feel you. When you
so that's the whole point right there. If no one else can feel me, how can they tell me what I feel or how I am when they can't actually feel what I feel?
Because they see you, mama. Let me explain something.
Still,
Because let me
because
let me explain something to you, mama. When you felt how you felt, and what you did, and your actions as of right now versus the person that when you was feeling what you was feeling and doing what you was doing, and now how you feeling and crying and all this extra shit, ain't it all changed? But ain't it? Let me explain something to you. That's the point. It has not all changed. See, you said it first.
But it's not.
But ain't that scary though? No.
That's not scary.
Yes, it is for me because at the end of the day, when you say it hasn't all changed, let's talk about what hasn't changed, mama.
What hasn't changed is the fact that I actually do feel bad about certain stuff.
No, and that's the point, mama. You feeling bad about certain stuff. Hold on. Can I finish?
Yes.
Can I finish? Because this is like I keep trying to explain to you. The main reason why I don't like talking about this shit is because what hasn't changed, mama, is the fact that you did the action. You decided to do all the stuff that you did.
Yes.
And don't realize, put yourself in my shoes. How I am affected by this shit. And when I say I, maybe the person that has to sit right here and look at the woman who can smile every single day, give the stories about that, knowing that there are other stories where you did this or you did this, but you got these tears on your face that are like, and I'm not saying that they're not fake, but you got to understand, for me, I'm flabbergasted because at the end of the day, which is the real Harriet, which is the fake Harriet? Because then you're also hold up.
Real Harriet.
That's
the fake.
But listen, hold up, baby. Can I give you my mind? This is what I keep trying to explain to you.
Okay. Yes.
Act like you one of them, listening to the story and actually receiving it. Maybe not. I don't care because I want you to receive it. That's the whole point. Because when I'm trying, I don't care if they receive it. Because if you receive it, once you receive it and actually understand it, maybe then we can get past this. Stop defending yourself. I'm not coming at you. Let me explain something to you.
Baby,
no, hold up. Listen. Then listen. Just listen then.
Okay.
Just listen. When you came here and told me what you told me,
yes,
it's too many people on here for me to actually want to say what I say.
I know what you mean.
But when you told me what you told me, I can say it out loud. But that's when this is the part where I'm trying to show people so much that I'm like, I don't even talk properly to y'all because truth be told, I'm talking to her so well that I'm keeping secrets. But y'all say I'm doing this girl dirty.
You're not doing me dirty.
Yo, shut up. That'd be my problem for you. Shut up for 2 seconds. I don't need your extra comment because that's what pulls me out of myself. Because sometimes, mama, I should be. That's what I'm telling you. I should be sitting right here saying all your fucking business. I'm not doing you dirty because truth be told, like I said, this is a safe space unity, but we have to bring it in correctly. But you don't need to add no commentary to this because you don't understand. I can't stand to see you sometimes for the real reasons of mama. Those are my kids that I'm fighting for every single fucking day. And that was the day that I wasn't with them, and I wasn't even, it's not that I wasn't fighting for them, but I wasn't even like this with it. That would have been stupid tragic. That's what I'm trying to show to you, mama. You're the last person that I need to say anything because you're the only person that I got to sit here and actually justify.
You don't have to justify me.
That I do, because you want to sit next to me. You want to sit next to me. It's not that I don't want you to sit next to me, mama, but then that's what I keep trying to tell you. I got to sit right here and think about the real future things I want to do in life and shit like that. I don't care about what you want to do in life sometimes because truth be told, you already showed that you want to follow me and I just don't like it. Because truth be told, mama, it's not that I don't want nobody right here that is not good. You just got to learn how to do it the right way. And the shit that you do sometimes, sweetheart, I have to end up coming back in the backstory and telling people, well, yeah, I sat right there with the bitch and did we, and I knew. That's why I said, I'm not going to keep sitting right here being the bad guy until, truth be told, I'm about ready to snap on everybody. No. I'd rather just be that person and let everybody know from the beginning, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Shut the fuck up and leave us the fuck alone. And then let me get back to this bitch, because truth be told, stop your laughing too, mama. Because that's why I say like that. Because you the same one, ha. Till you don't understand, girl, you in trouble too.
I know I'm in trouble.
The only reason they in trouble because you in trouble, bitch. Actually, you wasn't even in trouble. We was talking about the fact that we had been sitting here for all this time, and yet you wasn't doing the other shit like you still ain't doing. Like I said, how many songs? Even if it wasn't to your mama, to your sisters, anything like that. Like I said, to your family, you don't even do the half of that. I sit right here, mama, and make it. Oh, that's why I keep telling you, it's on you. You don't gotta push it right here. It's on you to push it in their faces. Pushing it right here is on me because this is my shit. But showing what your quote-unquote partner is doing. That's what I keep trying to say. Stop sitting next to me trying to, and it's like holding the back of it. Because you always want to whine about how this, that. I'm like, well, mama, when I started putting my songs in the family group chat and shit like that, you know what they say? They listen to it, though. They were just like, we don't want to hear that. They being disrespectful. So that's why I laid back. Yo, people ain't even got time to say disrespectful. You got scared about a song and started looking out the window, and your mama not even watching the shit. That's what I'm trying to show you how much hold and grip it is. Yet you claiming that it's this, that, and that. Like I said, mama, let me explain something to you. When you always want to talk about for self, and then always back to this world where it's this, that, and third, or what if this happened? I'm like, well, mama, all of that's going to happen every single time as long as you keep imagining it. Imagination is real. So when you decide to live in your imagination, that's the only place you're going to be. Because in the real world, none of that is technically happening. The only thing that's actually happening is you deciding to drag yourself through that. When, truth be told, I'm not saying you. Okay, so listen to me.
Yes.
You want to shake your head, yes, like this, that, and third. Let me explain something to you, mama. I didn't know nothing about it. You came here and told me about it. And when I didn't, like I said, I wasn't putting this shit out there. I was really talking, and we was being real, and we was opening up. Supposed to be having somebody who's had your back in this, that, and third. Like I said, you're the person that brings around people who apparently are not your friend, but is your friend. I'm like, so if it's your friend, let's talk to him. Then you ain't got no safe space. You're not understanding these things. And I'm supposed to be a believer in this person, but then it's the same person that was going to have you out there working. But you understand what I'm saying. So these are the issues. And from the beginning, like I said, I mean, you didn't really care about the information that you just dropped off on me. I tried to do this. I did this to your kids. I did this to this. I did this to this. I did this to this. All at the same time. Then decided to go do the rest of it after that. And I had to live through that. Not just live through it. It's not. I almost accept it. Accept it. Dressed you up and everything. Because you was going to do it. And then you were going to do it. To my house, you didn't care about the dangers and none of that. That's the point. And imagine if I'm out there doing what I'm doing and you out here, my dad's here, all this extra shit. You wasn't caring. But then, like I said, rather have dangerous here because you definitely did not care about that. But then you claiming that you lived and you was doing all this stuff. Like I keep trying to explain to you, mama, these are all the things that I had to really realize. And I'm sitting right here with a person who wants to talk like this, and I say, but no, where's that gumption that you was just having when you was all about, what if it's this? What if it's this? Now that I'm showing you.
Baby, I can understand that you saw that side, but what about the days where I wasn't doing that and I was on my P's and Q's?
Miss Clark, did you show me those days? That's what I keep trying to explain
No,
to you.
I didn't.
That's the point. So how am I supposed to know? That's my issue. That's the issue. How am I supposed to praise you for something that you never gave to me? You might have gave it to them or had it for yourself. But again, mama, when push came to shove and I wanted to be there for the good and bad, it didn't matter. I wanted to be there. You didn't give me none except for when you decided to come back, you gave me everything that was whack.
You're right about that. I didn't. That wasn't fair to you. It wasn't.
Sweetheart, that's not even, that matters to me. But what really matters to me, mama, is I don't like being with somebody that I can't feel. Being around somebody that I can't feel. Don't get me wrong. It is a breath of fresh air for times when I get overwhelmed and I get over from other people. Having a blank space is much needed. It's a God-given glory, graciousness. Really, honestly and truthfully, it is. But it's also a devil's advocate. Well, not even devil. It's just the devil's playground. A mindless soul and a mindless body, and somebody who it's a devil's playground for not. The reason why I'm not saying that you're mindless and soulless, baby, but at the end of the day, sometimes you become mindless and soulless around me because you just. It's not that. You just let me do everything, and I do everything. I mean, even when it's time for you to do shit, baby, I do shut you down because, truth be told, I don't want to follow somebody who I'm scared. It's not about scared.
But that's the whole point of me saying what I said. How we've had a conversation.
Can I finish?
Yeah. Okay. Yes, I'll let you finish.
It's not that I'm scared. It's
Okay.
just, truth be told, I'm not supposed to follow you like that. You're supposed to actually lean on me and follow me, but in the right way. I'm not supposed to actually be looking towards you. I can look towards you in a certain way. When I say to a certain way, I need to look towards you to see how you're doing and what you're doing. And to make sure that when you're doing it, it's not just being done, it's being done properly. So you don't have to redo it over again and stuff like that. You see, because these are the things they're supposed to teach us as kids.
Yes.
And I'm not saying that you're a child or anything like that, but that's really what it kind of is with certain people sometimes.
No, I understand. That's why when me and you were having that talk when we were walking to the store today, you even told me, you was like, I could probably hear out other people on certain situations I could not hear you out on.
I can't hear you out on it. But it's not that I can't hear you out on it, baby, because like I told you.
I understand that now. Trust me, I understand that now. At first, it did feel like it was that situation.
I keep trying to tell you, stop dragging yourself through that hill. Like I keep trying.
I wasn't trying to drag
I know
myself,
you're not, but every
was
single time that I pointed out,
what you say and by
that's not what I say.
Baby,
how you felt. Let's go with that.
But still, at the same
Let's go with that.
Okay, but hear me out. If I'm telling you the same exact thing, okay, well, don't drag yourself through that because that's what you feel that. Don't. If I'm telling you the
Harriet,
same exact,
can I please tell you something? Stop.
Me, okay.
That's what I keep trying to tell you. Stop trying to live everybody else's life. I have no choice but to drag myself through shit. You know why? I'm not dragging myself through it. I literally wake up without my kids every day. I wake up and I gotta go through, when I want to show somebody a video of my kids, let me explain to you how sad this is. And when I point this shit out, anybody gonna see it. When I want to show my kids with me,
you can't show anything recent. You're showing stuff for
I got
years and years.
3 videos. 4 if I'm lucky. And that's from each literal year that I was able to see them on their birthday. 4. You know I want to show videos of my kids. Let's go through all the videos you got with the girls. How many have you actually decided to really put out there? Like, even now, when you're sitting right here, you had a movie night, you had this. I went through my whole shit. How about you show? That's what I keep telling you. I want to see my kids in this, that, and third. But you have the memories right there. Not willing to share because, like you said, I'm not trying to think about it. I'm not trying to do this. And like I keep trying to explain to you, that's absent-minded to me because the days that I missed out on, you could give me back to them in spades and then some.
Okay, well, I will say this. I'm not saying that I shut myself off and not wanting to remember those days. I don't want to remember the bad that comes with it. And then to know that I could show something that is so beautiful and then having to look back at certain messages and realizing that's around the same time, it doesn't actually make me feel good.
But that's not...
I get it, and I want to show you that, but
that's not my fault.
I don't want the side of you to say, oh, well, just like these people say sometimes. Oh,
I'm not... Let me explain something.
I know you're not...
No, hold up. So shut up for 2 seconds. And no, I'm the only one other than your fucking family that can say it. Stop listening. There's 183 people that can't say shit. The only people that can say something, me. I can say something because, truth be told, I was supposed to be trusting. You were right there with my kid, shorty. Every single time you were sharing them videos, which was cute. You wasn't showing the time right after that. That's what you was crying about. But that's the issue for me. Because that's when I get into my other head where I'm knowing that you was bringing KV into the motherfucking room next to my daughter. Sending me videos the second before. That's the issue. Then you want to say, those are the things you don't want to think about. Like I keep trying to explain to you. How am I supposed to think about anything else? When first off, you won't even give me the time that you had with my daughters, but I know about all the other times that you was putting them to sleep, wasn't with them, doing this, doing that, because that's already been revealed.
Okay, but...
Hold up, listen to what I'm saying for real.
Yes.
Look at me. Start actually understanding. Ain't nobody talking to you with no anger. Ain't nobody talking. I know you're not. Well, start understanding. You can see it. You can understand it. You don't have to look down. You're not in trouble, but you're going to understand, sweetheart. This is real facts. You were supposed to be right there. You wasn't. Okay, boom. We're past that, but not. Because that's not something you get past so easy, because like I keep trying to explain to you, you're the person that got to catch up in real time. What I mean by real time, all that time that you was throwing away, it's really building up on top of you, because this is the time you can't even have. And I need you to not let that shit crack you in half, because you so busy running from this and not even trying to live in this, because like I keep trying to explain, this wasn't your life. It's the reason my shoulder's so motherfucking strong, bitch, because I knew for a fact I might have had to go 10 years and be okay with going 10 years without seeing my kids. 15 years without seeing my kids. And I was going to do that. I was. I mean, not like that. I was going to sit here every single day and do what the fuck I've been doing. That's the point. You came over here and decided to bring yourself over here, and you can't handle the heat, mama. And it's not about you not handling it. Let me explain something to you, sweetheart. If you can't handle the heat, wake up and realize, baby, there's already a fan blowing, and things need to start going in the right direction. Because when you decided that you was all this, that, and third, I was still missing out on my kid's life. You see, when I was with Zaria, I had 3 kids that I wasn't with. And so, yeah, I had gravity. Why y'all was so sleep on that shit? Oh, yeah, I had gravity, but I was always worried about it. That's why Zaria was on so upset. Because I was always on y'all. Always. And the reason why Zaria not with me for real, or whatever the case may be, she don't want Ayana to have a boy. Real facts. I get congratulations, it's a boy, and the motherfucking whatchamacallit. He came a day before her birthday, I want to say a day after, one or the other. But yeah, it led up to more than that. She swear I did a lot of shit to her. Like one time, this bitch was so drunk. She go to falling, I go to grab her. She swear I snatched her down. I said, bitch, I ain't snatched your ass down. I tried to catch her ass. Truth be told. I really did. I tried to catch her ass. She was so drunk, and even April told her. April was like, girl, you was drunk as fuck last night. Because she went back to April's house swearing to me up and down, and I put my hands on her, this, that, and the third. That's what brought April out there to the motherfucking thing, and I ended up snatching April downstairs because April decided she wanted to hold on to me. And I was getting out the house. I was just irritated at that point in time because this bitch had my baby. She wasn't trying to give me my baby. And I wasn't doing that. Like, that's the one thing that Zaria didn't realize. I'm already 3 kids in the hole. People is holding over my head. Every single time that she wanted to decide to put the baby over my head and say, I'm going to do this, you ain't going to get this year. I was like, shorty, that's not something you want to tell a man who's already missing his. It's not that I gave him up. She always say, you gave her up. You said that I could keep her. I said, because I learned in the Bible, it was a story my mama used to tell us. It was 2 women fighting over a baby. And so to make the shit happen, he said, I cut the baby in half. And one woman was like,
what the fuck?
No. One woman was like, okay, bet. I'll take 1/2. And then the other woman said, let her keep the baby, the whole baby. What's the point of cutting it in half? And then that's when he gave the woman who said, let her keep the whole baby, the baby. Because he said, you didn't even want harm to the baby. This girl would rather split the baby in half than decide to
just
share.
No, but I don't want you thinking that
So every time she said, I said, keep
okay,
it.
I will say this
because I know she's going to come back to me. You know, they tell you if you let it go, if you love it, let it go. And I feel like, honestly and truthfully...
And if it's meant to do, it shall come back.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing, though. It's not even meant to do. That's my child. And the real thing is, if I sit right here every single day and make sure that I'm screaming my child's name and letting them know that I love them and care about them and want them to be in my life, and it's nothing to do with them or not even me anymore, because truth be told, that was like however many years ago that it might take for her never to forgive me, that's going to be on her. Then she just going to be like a bitter bitch that held a grudge. Like, it sounds good now, and then you'll just be that bitter bitch that held a grudge. And I'll just be like, well, mama, all that shit was a lie anyway. Then you just decided to switch it, and I just sat back and let it go. That's why you asked me why I ain't give a fuck, because truth be told, what am I giving a fuck for?
I get you now. I apologize. It's just a side of me personally felt, because I'm not gonna lie, not seeing the kids, that kind of did faze me. And I don't know if you actually watched that full live, or even if you read what I wrote. I wrote 5 fucking pages.
Nobody told you to scratch it out. Let me explain something to you.
That wasn't that. That was nowhere near that. What I scratched out, we just talked about. We fixed that. So that was not that. We actually fixed that right here. We talked about it just now. We fixed that. Thank you.
Let me explain something to you, Mama.
I wanted you to read the rest of that, and that kind of did, like, okay, well, you know, I did leave it in the chair. I left it uncovered where if you glanced, and I know you looked in the chair when you came in the room.
No.
You didn't?
Baby, let me explain something to you. I keep trying to tell you something. If you don't get this, you will never get it. I want your mind from you. I don't want it from the next person. I don't want it from somebody else that told you and what you heard.
That's the thing about it. That was my mind for me.
No,
so
from
for
you.
Me to express
let me explain something to you,
mind
Mama.
in certain ways to you, and you tell me at times, okay, look, I can't get along with
I'm gonna
that.
just start saying tangent.
I understand.
No. I'm gonna start saying tangent.
Okay.
And when I say tangent, I'm gonna start asking you, why would I say tangent?
Because I looked away.
No. It's more than just that. Analyze yourself. You said you feel yourself, right? That's what you said.
Yes.
So I'm going to show you and prove to you, maybe you don't feel yourself. Tangent. When you started talking, Mama, you started putting that emotion into your voice because you were feeling that emotion.
Yes, because it kind of aggravates
So tangent,
me.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's aggravating, activating. That's what I'm trying to show you. So it's not that you can't feel it or nothing like that. You have to realize what you're feeling. All I'm trying to show you is how I understand my MPD. You know what I'm saying? My multiple personality disorder. I'm trying to show you how I understand it literally, because it's like everything that I do, I'm a fly on the wall as much as I'm the person that's saying it. I'm hearing what I'm saying. And then I'm sitting here like, okay, what did I just say and how did I just say it? Let me make sure that it came out correctly. You see how I'm talking to myself at the same time, but I did not stop. And as I came back to you, I still was able to keep the whole conversation whole. Because I'm showing you how I can actually be like, okay, well, this right here and this, and then but I can leave you out without leaving you out. But if I stop for 2 seconds, it can stop the whole thing.
Okay.
It's just like rapping. It's just like music. I mean, because all of it deals with word, is language, is understanding. I was say sometimes when you have the gift of gab without having the gift of gab, that's what they told me I had my whole life. I was like, well, I took that gift of gab and made it the gift of understanding, even if it's just for me for right now. Because each person that I can touch personally, maybe, that's another person that can understand me personally.
But it's not that I'm afraid to show my brain. It's just when I show my brain to you at times, you don't always accept it.
Why should I?
I'm not saying that you should accept it.
No. I asked the question. Why should I? Don't tell me I'm not saying that you should.
Okay.
There you go.
Because
start telling me the brighter side. I want to see the brighter side of shit.
I accept yours. I actually listen to your feelings and I understand why you feel them the way you feel them. I don't tell you because you feel that way, just because I don't feel it. That's wrong.
Okay.
I don't ever tell you.
Okay,
that. So at times for me,
I don't care. That's a lie.
I don't.
Well,
I
no.
don't.
I'm telling you that's wrong and that's a lie.
I know.
She said she don't do this. I'm doing it. Opposites attract. Clearly.
So for me, at times, it's like, okay, well,
can I say something?
If I express myself about something and I understand you might not feel the way, I don't expect you always to feel the exact same way I do. But I do want you to understand that we don't always have to see.
I feel like I can shut this conversation down in like 10 seconds.
Listen.
Yeah, I feel like I cut this conversation down.
Can this person right here, he knows exactly what I'm talking
I feel like I cut this conversation down in 2 seconds.
Okay.
Because, you know what I mean, I'm not with the bullshits.
Yes.
I had a part where I didn't agree to, and I'm just stuck on that part.
That's the whole point.
No, hold up. Because I heard everything else that you had to say, but
yes.
I'm going to clear this out. You don't listen. Even if you did listen to me, Mama, all you might do is listen. And when I even want you to talk back, the reason I might shut you down half of the time is because, truth be told, when I tell you how I feel, you move on to the next subject, and I want to at least see that you can address what I just said sometimes. And even when you think that you're addressing it, you're not really addressing the
way that you want me to address it.
It's not even the way that I want you to address it. It's the way that you, like you said, should halfway address it, baby.
But
regulated
the thing
goods.
About it. When I do sit there and I address
other regulated substances, drugs. What other regulated substances?
Exactly.
Who the fuck is discussing drugs?
For me, at times, I feel like when I actually do address certain stuff, even the way to where I'm showing you I am fully addressing the situation, like you said, I could say, okay,
Hold up,
or I could say,
oh man, there's so many
okay,
y'all. Fuck y'all.
And it's based on